Hey everyone, I am Nixie and welcome to October's new releases and manga haul. So we have quite a few brand new series this month and a few series that have now wrapped up as well. So we're just going to go ahead and go publisher by publisher with the brand new releases. So yeah, let's get into it. So my sinuses are absolutely kicking my butt today, so we're gonna try and get through this in a good time, fingers crossed. And we're a little late this month getting the video up because there were so many like new releases, like new series that came out this month that I really wanted to like try and read through them to obviously be able to give you my opinion on these new releases. So first up, we're going to start with like a few random volumes. The first one is from Titan Manga, which I think is actually the first one from Titan Manga that I have in my collection. And this is Alpi the Soul Sender. Like, look how nice this cover is. This is kind of like what got me. So this is about Alpi, and she is basically someone who, well, in the world where she is, there are like these deities, these like animal gods, who when they die, if they're not like cleansed and like helped to be moved on, then they can cause like curses, and it can really obviously affect the people around them and like the villages and stuff like that. So Alpi is there. She's a specialist person who can help these like creatures move on and cleanse the area and everything. But every time she does that, she is affected by the curses as well. So this is about her adventure and going to various places. She's traveling with a companion, and they basically go ahead and cleanse these spirits so they can move on. It was really good read. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the next one, to seeing how it is. She is trying to find her parents as well, which is one of the reasons why she is also traveling around. So I'm intrigued to find out like what happened to those and why they like disappeared. Then from Square Enix, we have a highly anticipated release. This is the Ice Guy and the Cool Girl. There is an anime of this which is out. This is so cute. So this is about a guy who is a descendant of is it snow? Yes, snow spirit. So he's like a descendant of like a snow spirit. So he when he has like heightened emotions and stuff like that, he can like start to freeze. He can cause like blizzards in the office and everything. And he works with this lady here who is quite she seems quite cold with like her emotions, and it's basically those two like interacting with each other because he has a crush on her, and this is so cute and so wholesome. That yeah, if you want like little snippets of like just different like situations that they find themselves in and like the little interactions between those two, it's so cute. I can't wait for like the next the next volume to come out, and I'm like really tempted to like watch the anime, but I do prefer to like read mangas first and then watch animes. But it was just so cute that I want to see more of them. Then we have from Dark Horse, we have Cat Gamer Volume 3. This is super cute, about a lady who finds a stray cat and adopts them. She is obsessed with like video games, and she's like doesn't want to work overtime. She like zooms out the door to get back home to obviously like play her games and stuff. But now she has the addition of a cat to look after, and it is so cute. If you like cat manga, if you like video games, then this is the one for you. It's a super cute series. Then we have brand new series. I was really looking forward to this one, but it got pushed back, but it finally got released, and that is Centaurs. So this is from the same creator as MADK and Torsos Align. I love their artwork. They do a lot of like mythical creatures and like human like hybrid creatures and stuff, but their artwork is really gorgeous. Like the way that they create their characters and everything. This is actually from I think 2000 and 19. But this is, I think this is the 2017, so this is like one of the earlier stories from this creator. And yeah, I was highly anticipating this because I wanted to see like more works from this creator, because I really do love the artwork and the stories that they create, and this did not disappoint. So this is Centaurs. This is about a world where humans and centaurs are at war. They were living together quite peacefully, and then humans sort of like took over and started like culling them, killing off centaurs. And in this world they've got to a point where they take centaurs as basically slaves. If there's anyone that any one of them that doesn't want to comply, they amputate their arms, which is just awful. So this is about Matsukaze. So this is this guy on the cover who is a very mighty centaur, and he gets kidnapped, and when he gets to where he's taken with the captors, he is greeted by Kohibari, who is a centaur who's unfortunately lost his arms, and it's about those trying to escape their captors and make it back home. It's quite a emotional roller coaster with like things that happen, not all pleasant things. So yeah, they are just trying to get out of being slaves. Very interesting read, and I can't wait for the next one. Then we have from Ablaze as well, we have Savage Garden. So this was kind of like a bit of a whim order, but I really liked the cover. I'm a sucker for a cover, and I thought it sounded quite interesting as well. So this is about Gabriel. So she is an orphan girl, and she has a friend called Jeremy. Unfortunately, Jeremy dies in kind of like a freak accident kind of way. However, he was slated to be taken to this all boys academy that's like for nobles, the very upper class. So he was supposed to go to this academy, and obviously now that he'd passed away, Gabriel is basically taken his place. So she's attended this all boys school as Jeremy. If you like things that are like quite scandalous, you know, like gossipy, scandalous, like there's a lot of like stuff happening behind closed doors, that sort of thing, you will really enjoy this. So this is the first omnibus that has volumes 1 and 2 in here. I really like the artwork in this, because this is an older story. This is from 2009. So it's been around for a while, but I really love that like older artwork as well. Like it's quite delicate, but I do like that older artwork. It's very pretty. I did get a little confused with like a couple of the characters because they look very similar, so I had to kind of like go back and be like, oh yeah, that's so and so and that's so and so. But yeah, very interesting read. Lots of like scandals going off. And then moving on to, we'll go with Sublime. We have volume 7 of Black and White. I really love this series. This is obviously a BL from Sublime. So this is about 2 actors who they've been together for a while. They're both in the spotlight now at this stage in the story, and they're still trying to keep their relationship under wraps, away from like the press. So these 2, one is seen as the prince, the nice one, and then one is sort of like labelled as a bit of a villain, whereas in fact their personalities are the complete opposite to how they're perceived from the public. It is a bit of a slow burn to start with, but I really enjoyed it. Like how much of a like bit of a slow burn it was like at the beginning, but now like cracks are starting to like show and insecurities are starting to come out. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see like where this is gonna go, and I'm like rooting for these 2 to like get through all the trouble that's like a brewing. Then we have a manga that I hate. I'm just going to throw it out there, and that is Given. Volume 8, this is the penultimate volume, so volume 9 is going to be the last one. And I hate it because it's so emotional, and I got kind of like blindsided when I went into this because people kind of make out that it's like really wholesome, you know, it's about some like high school kids who like form a band, and you know, it's really nice, and it's all about like grieving and getting over like loss and being able to like move on. And it really like hit me in the feels, and it like has stuck with me like since I first got into it. So in a way, I'm kind of like glad that this series is coming to an end. We can like wrap it up, hopefully with a nice happy bow, and move on from this like emotional roller coaster. Next we have Tokyo Pop. So Tokyo Pop has come out with a new imprint, which is Love Love, which is for like BLGL. I kind of thought that the Love Love thing was already a thing, but I suppose they're making it like even more of a like prominent like imprint from Tokyo Pop. So we have the first 4 releases that came out. One I was really looking forward to, and that is Lullaby of the Dawn Volume 1. So this is about a guy who's a Kanagi, which basically is like a protector of this island. He basically lives out by himself by this cabin, and he protects the village on the island from the Black Sea. So it's like these creatures that come out at night from the sea. He basically ensures that obviously they don't make it to shore and they don't attack anyone. However, with this responsibility, he takes on like this ink, they call it, which is basically like a curse that spreads throughout the body, and it will eventually kill him. However, he meets this other guy who is what's his name? Alto, that's his name. However, he meets this boy Alto when they were younger, and he is basically like starstruck by this guy, and basically like forces himself onto him to like live with him and like be friends with him and everything. And as time goes on, the ink from Alva that he's experiencing begins to recede, and he ends up not like dying. He like ends up like living longer than what he expected to, basically. So it's about those. It does leave on a massive cliffhanger, which I was like, no, like what happens, like what's gonna be next? So I'm really looking forward to the next volume. Very interesting read, and it is, I think it is an ongoing series as well, but yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Next we had a heartbreaking manga. We had Undead Finding Love in the Zombie Apocalypse. So this is exactly how the title sounds. It is about the zombie apocalypse, and it's about these two guys who is Hikaru and I. So this is about those, they've been together since childhood, they've been neighbours, and then the zombie apocalypse happens and they're trying to survive through this and like stay together. This broke my heart, I'm not gonna lie. Like at the end, like the last couple of chapters was really sad. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But yeah, so I need the next volumes because I need to know what happens like in this, because yeah, like I say, it left me quite sad after I finished reading it. But I do like that they have kept on the like trigger warnings and the age rating and everything on the back. So this, like the Love imprint, is like basically everything that you come to expect from Tokyo Pop, just under a different imprint, which is nice. Then we have the Black Cat and the Vampire, which again, I really enjoyed all of these from the Love imprint. So this is about an all-boys school, and yeah, it's about an all boys school where actually it's kind of like a bit of a cover for vampires to get educated and basically to keep them in check before they go off on society. There's a massive scandal that's happened when when one of the boys is basically attacked to what people think is a vampire because he's got the puncture wounds. So it's all about that. I really enjoyed this. If you do like vampire stories and you want BL vampire, then definitely go ahead and pick this up. This was a really great read and I thoroughly enjoyed it. We do need more vampire BL, so I am all for this. And then we have Sating the Wolf, which is a cute little like one shot. This is Beast Folk in an Omegaverse, which is quite interesting. I love an Omegaverse story. So this is Noah, who is this wolf. So the like universe is sort of set up in the like carnivores together, herbivores together. However, Noah is kicked out of his wolf pack because he is an Omega. So he ends up finding himself in the herbivore territory, which is where he finds Henry, which is this cute little rabbit. And so they basically cross paths to each other, and Henry basically awakens as an alpha. So it's an Omega wolf alpha rabbit, and it's about their relationship. It's super cute, spicy, but yeah, like this was actually quite wholesome and I really enjoyed this. Next we'll move on to Kodansha / Vertical. First up we have Windbreaker Volume 2. I really like this series so far. So this is a delinquent manga, gangs, all that sort of good stuff, and this is about Sakura, who basically goes to this high school because he wants to fight. He wants to be a delinquent. He wants to fight people, show that he's like the strongest, all that sort of good stuff. But yeah, this is a really fun delinquent manga. If you are a fan of Tokyo Revengers and you need that itch to be scratched, then go ahead and pick this up because I think you would really enjoy it. It's got that same sort of like delinquent gang supporting each other, like really being like a team. Yeah, it was a really fun read. I've really been enjoying it so far. Next we have brand new series. We have Super Morning Star. I think if I remember correctly, this was kind of pushed back a little bit, but it's finally released. It does say on the back that if you're a fan of Hikaru, My Hero and Sasi Am Me Know, you'd like this. This is the BL. I kind of feel like if you do like Hikaru, My Hero, you would really like this. I would not really put it in the same category as Sasi Am Me Know because it isn't as wholesome and as sweet as what that is. So this is where the popular guy discovers that this delinquent is actually moonlighting as a superhero in a show on stage. Their paths sort of like cross, and he discovers this secret and they sort of like get to know each other through that. But yeah, the popular guy is kind of like more of a like, is a bit more of a like masochist sadist. Like maybe that's the wrong term to use, but he is not as friendly as what he like makes out to be towards like other people and stuff, and then the delinquent is not as scary what people think they are. But yeah, if you do like Hikaru, My Hero, then you would really like this. But it is a really fun BL so far. There's drama in there as well, which is why I kind of like don't feel like it should really be like compared to Sasi Am Me Know. I do feel like they are like a completely separate kind of series. But yeah, really fun BL. It kind of feels like that this is a one shot, like the way that it kind of like wraps up and everything, but it is an ongoing series, so we'll sort of like just have to see where the story goes. Next up we have Blue Lock Volume 9. I'm still not caught up with this yet, but I have really enjoyed what I've read. Very intense football manga. I love that they've sort of like given this the like pearlescent sort of like glossy cover to this one. But yeah, if you like sports manga, if you want something really intense, then go ahead and pick this one up. Then we have one that I've been dying to come out, and that is Twilight Out of Focus of Volume 3. So this goes back to the original couple that we saw in Volume 1. This sort of like touches on what happens after they like get together, now that they're officially a couple and everything. And it touches on like, you know, what's next in store for these two. It's super cute, bit spicy, but I love these characters so much. Like, I really hope that the creator decides to go back and create more from this universe, like what happens after graduation and what's next for like these couples that we see, because I really do love the characters and the universe. The art is really pretty as well. But yeah, so even though this is like sort of like wrapping up their story, I kind of hope that we still see more of them. Like, I'm still holding out a bit of hope. But yeah, I really loved this one. Next we have one of my absolute favorite ongoing series. Finally, we have Go With The Clouds North by Northwest. If you haven't picked this up, pick it up. So this came out at the very end of September, but I didn't get it until October. So this is a like detective series about this guy called Kai, who is currently in Iceland. So this volume is kind of heartbreaking in what's next for the storyline. It was really sad and touches on like grieving and everything, and trying to get over that. But I still love this series so much. It's so good, and I'm not sure when the next volume's coming out, but I really need it. Like, I need to know what happens next, because it's such a like great story. Like, it's such a good like murder mystery detective, like with a hint of like fantasy sci-fi, with the fact that Kai can talk to like machines. But yeah, I love the artwork. It's so beautiful and so detailed that if you haven't picked this up, if you haven't looked into it, definitely go ahead, just please get this, you won't regret it. And then final one from Kodansha, we have Sugi Project Volume 3. I love this series, and again, the artwork in this one is beautiful. So this is about basically a team of criminals that get taken and they get dropped off in Japan to try and find a weapon, a bioweapon. They basically get given nothing to go and find it in this world that is basically destroyed by, I think it was a nuclear war. So there's no inhabitants or anything like that. And yeah, so like I say, they're basically just trying to survive. I'm trying to like find a page where there's like not much like is given away, but like the artwork is like really detailed and it's really striking because it is so like dark as well. But yeah, I love this series. If you want a good bit of like action, survival, fantasy, then go ahead and pick this up. This is like been really good so far. Okay, moving on to Yen Press and Eins Press. Now, I'm gonna say this before we get into it. One thing that I've noticed about Yen Press is, like, I collect more titles and everything, is I'm not really a fan of the way that they actually present their manga, like in the like quality of the covers. Because like there's always like on the spines, there's always like, it almost feels like that they're about to crack and split, or there's always like a little like nick taken out of one of the corners or whatever. Like they're not very sturdy, and if you like obviously read them a lot, move them around a lot, like high chances that you're gonna get like damage, like particularly on the spines, which is like a bugbear of mine. But like it's very rare that I actually get one delivered and it's like not like creased or like nicked or anything like that. I just wish that they would like kind of changed the quality of like the covers. But anyway, moving into it, we have Sasi Am Me Know, the anthology. So this is interesting. This is little like side stories of Sasi Am Me Know that are like written and created by other artists. So that's quite interesting to see like their art and everything, and like little situations that they think up of. We do see Sasi Am Me Know, we do see if there is Sasi Am Me Know, we do see Kagera and Hirano as well in here. So if you are kind of like missing Sasi Am Me Know a little bit, then go ahead and pick this up. This is still super cute and still super wholesome. Then we have the final volume of From the Red Fog. I really like this series. It's very dark, set in like a Victorian England time, and it is a lot of murder, gore, and this is about Rwanda, who basically is chained up in a cellar and kills off maids that his mother is given to him. His mother disappears, and so his like mission is to try and find out what happened. So that kind of concluded in volume 4, with like his like mother, what happened to her and all that sort of stuff. And like volume 5 is kind of like a when he's an adult like side story, kind of like extra. So this volume is, like I say, it's kind of like a extra story, and it kind of involves like a string of murders that's happening in London. So yeah, it kind of like wraps up the universe, I think, but I kind of feel like the actual main story just wrapped up in volume 4, and this is just kind of like an extra, but it was still enjoyable. I still enjoyed reading this. Then we have a new BL, The Red Thread. So this was super cute. I love this so much. So this is about two guys who were together, and they basically came to a very tragic end, which happens like in the first chapter. They came to a very tragic end, and they promised each other that they would find each other in the next life. So this is the next life, and about them finding each other. So cute. Like, I loved it so much, and I can't wait for like the next volume. I enjoyed it so much more than what I thought I did. Super cute. Then we have Cheerful Amnesia Volume 1, another super cute story. This is a GL, so this is about a lady who has amnesia. She wakes up, her girlfriend is very worried that she's obviously not going to remember her or anything, but as soon as she wakes up, she falls in love with her all over again. So to try and regain her memories, they have like these are like little stories about like her experiencing first with her girlfriend again, and it is, like I say, so cute, like these little stories that are in this. So yeah, if you want a very wholesome GL, then go ahead and pick this one up. Next we have Coffee Moon Volume 4. I'm gonna be completely honest, this is kind of like losing me a little bit. I really enjoyed like the first couple of volumes and the arc that was happening with the like time loop and everything, but it's kind of like we've moved on from that, and it's kind of losing me a little bit. I didn't enjoy this volume as much as I had like volumes 1 and 2. I'm still gonna keep reading it to see like what happens. I'm not entirely sure how many like volumes it is, but yeah, it's a little bit confusing as to like what's happening and the characters and stuff that are in it, so I'm kind of like falling off this one a little bit, I'll be honest. Then we have another super cute BL. This is Mineto's Laundromat, which I was like highly anticipating. This was super cute. I loved it. So this is about Mineto, who inherits a laundromat from his granddad, and we have this what's his name? Akira. Akira visits the laundromat one day to wash his clothes, and basically falls in love with Mineta, and he's trying to pursue him. This is an age gap, so keep that in mind. I know not a lot of people will like that, but this was super cute. Like, I'm rooting for these guys. Like, I'm rooting for Hikaru. Like, he can do it. But yeah, super cute. I loved it. Then we have, finally, this felt like it took forever to come out, but it didn't really, and that is a volume 2 of the summer Hikaru Died. So this is like a horror BL about Hikaru, who went off into the mountains, basically died, and he was missing for about a week, and then he returned, but all was not as it seems. His best friend knows that the Hikaru that returned wasn't actually him. Really good art. You kind of like start to feel bad for this new Hikaru. Like, he does seem to be trying his best. But yeah, very interesting if you wanted a horror BL. Even if you just wanted something a bit horror-esque anyway, like, I really recommend this. This is like a really interesting read so far. Then we have Turke Bablon. So this is from Clamp, and this is like labeled as, I'm a bit confused by this. This is labeled as a premium collection. It is a pricier one, so it's $15. So it is $15, whereas like Coffee Moon is $13. But yeah, I don't know whether like the premium collection is just like a label, or whether it's supposed to be like the quality of the actual like manga. But I can't tell why it's premium collection. So like, if anyone knows, like, tell me in the comments below, because like the quality of the manga, like the covers maybe slightly thicker. Not sure, bit of a mystery to me. So I don't know whether it's like just premium collection because it's like the actual manga, or like premium collection because like the quality of the manga. Not sure. But yeah, Turke Bablon. So I really like the cover though. Like, this red is a bit like, obviously I'm filming through a potato, so it looks horrendous, but I really like the cover of this, like the bright red. I was kind of a bit like reading this to start with, but by the end I was like, ooh, okay, so this is interesting. So this is about Subaru, who is basically an exorcist. So it shows him going off on a few jobs to exorcise some spirits that are like lingering around certain places. However, he has an older friend, so this is an age gap again, who is constantly telling him how much he is in love with him and wants to be together. And you kind of think that it's just a bit, you know, it's nice that, you know, he's in love with him and stuff. Like, it seems very normal, fine, but by the end of it you think, oh, maybe this is a little bit creepy. Maybe there's more to this situation than meets the eye. So I'm intrigued to see where that part of the story goes. So this story came out last year from Clamp, so it's one of their newer stories. So yeah, I'm kind of intrigued to see where that part of the story is going to go. And then we have another one where I was kind of like misled into getting. So this is The Lawyer in Somewhere Sleeps with a Wolf. So this is a BL light novel. I think that this is a done and dusted in this volume. So yeah, I haven't read this yet, because like I say, I thought this was like, I'm sure it was labeled as a manga, but it's not, it's a light novel. And then moving on to Ice Press, we've got a couple of new releases. I much prefer like the way that Ice Press release their manhwas, as opposed to like how Yen Press releases their manga. I really like the quality a lot better. But the first one we have is a brand new series. We have Overgeared. So this is about a guy who's a bit of a deadbeat, who is obsessed with a VR game called Satisfy. This is, I haven't finished reading it yet. I have enjoyed what I have read of it, but if you do like solo leveling, Tomb Raider and End of the World, you will enjoy this as well, because it's in that same sort of like vein, like action heavy. This obviously is related to games as well, so yeah, if you enjoy this series from Ice Press, then you'll enjoy this one as well. Then we have volume 4 of The Boxer. I love this creator and their works, and I really love this series, and the JH does a really interesting thing with the like plot of the story in this one, where it completely like throws you off with some of the things that they sort of like present in this one. So this kind of concludes Jhin's fight in this one with you. I forgot his name then, with you. So that kind of concludes their fight, and then we sort of like move on the plot. But yeah, so like I said, the creator does a very interesting one of throwing you off of who's actually the like main character in this series, but I'm like so intrigued to see like where that's gonna go then, and who is gonna take the spotlight. Then we have another new series. This is Seven Fates, and this is in conjunction with Webtoons and BTS. I love this like foiled like cover that they've done for this. The cover is slightly thicker as well, like slightly sturdier. I really enjoyed this. This was definitely more like a kind of like prologue to the story, and I feel like the actual story is gonna start like in the next volume and stuff. So this is about Ziha, who like wakes up with like no memory of what happened like the night before. He wakes up in the hospital, is wounded, so he tries to find out like what happened. This is in a world where these things known as poms or bums, like I don't know the Korean pronunciation, I'm sorry, but these like monsters have sort of like come into the world to basically like consume humans and feed on them and everything like that. Very action heavy this volume was. Intrigued to see like where the storyline goes. The MC so far isn't like the other like action heavy series that Ice Press have released, where they're like really like become overpowered like straight away and all that sort of stuff. He's a little bit of a weakling to start with. So yeah, I feel like we get introduced to a really interesting character towards the end of this volume, and I feel like things are going to really ramp up in the next volume. Then moving on to Viz, we've got quite a few releases from Viz this month as well. So first one is volume 3 of Boys Abyss. I really like this series so far. Like, it's quite dark. So this is about a tiny little village, and this is about Ray's. He has a lot of like at home stuff to deal with, and he's trying to get out of this little village when he comes across this idol who basically they make a suicide pact together, but it kind of like doesn't happen. One of the teachers kind of like stops him, but she becomes like infatuated with him, and then his best friend, she like meets this novelist who she's like been a fangirl of, who turns out to be like quite trash. So there's a lot of stuff going off, and it's like quite dark things that are happening, but it's really interesting. It does have some explicit scenes in it as well, just keep that in mind, because I was not expecting that when I started out this series, but yeah, it's a very good dark read. Then we have from Shoujo Beat, we have a brand new series. This is Taemin's B-side. I love this. This was like so funny. So this is about an idol group, specifically the like lead idol, who is called Taemin, and this is about Kinoshita. She is obsessed with this K-pop group. and she works part-time so she can like buy all the merch, go to the concerts, all that sort of stuff. She's a housekeeper, and one day she gets requested to go to a new place, and it turns out to be Taemin's house. But he is not how he is on stage, and how the audience sees him. He's the complete opposite. He's really insecure. He beats himself down a lot, and he's quite like depressed. But it's really like, I could like see how he's like actually kind of like relatable and stuff when you're trying to like accomplish things and you put like so much pressure on yourself. But yeah, it was written in a really like comedic, fun way, and yeah, super cute. So this is the same creator as Takane and Hana. But yeah, it just feels like completely different to that story. But yeah, so if you like idols, yeah, go and pick this up. It was a lot of fun. Then we have My Hero Academia Vigilantes Volume 15. This is the final one, so this now concludes the Vigilantes series. So this is not created by the My Hero Academia creator. There was an announcement that there was going to be an anime with a new protagonist. So I'm assuming that they're probably going to do Vigilantes as an anime. But yeah, so if you need more My Hero Academia that focuses on a different character and some of the teachers, then go ahead and pick this up. It's a great time to pick it up now that it's concluded. We also have another conclusion. We have Rose and Blood Volume 5. I was not a fan of this series when I started out, but I was like, it's only going to be 5 volumes, so like, let's see where it goes. And actually in the end I did enjoy it. So this is about Stella, who basically gets kidnapped into this mansion, and she's surrounded by vampires, these 4 vampires, and she ends up falling in love with one of them. But yeah, it did actually, like, the plot wasn't like anything mind-blowing and like completely different, and like the wheel wasn't recreated or anything like that, but the artwork is really pretty. Like, it was a satisfactory like story in the end, the way that it concluded and everything. So in the end, like, I actually did enjoy it. Then we have a very special volume. We have Kaiju number 8, volume 8. It finally happened. So this, I love this series. Like, I talk about it all the time, how much I love it. I love the action in it, the characters in it as well. Like, it's so much fun, and like, I can't get the volumes quick enough with this. So if you want an action series that focuses around kaiju, these monsters that pop up in Japan, like, just go ahead and pick this up. This is a great action series, and it has a fantastic like amount of humor sprinkled in with there. Like I say, the characters are really big and really likable. We also have Love's in Sight volume 4. I've yet to read this one because I need to read volume 3 still, but I've really been enjoying this series. It's super cute. This is a delinquent guy falls in love with a vision impaired girl, and their interactions towards each other are just so super cute. It's absolutely adorable rom-com. So if you want more delinquent romance, go ahead, pick this one up. We have another concluded series of like hurts my heart now that I know that it's finished, and that is My Love Mixup volume 9. I'm so sad that it's come to like an end, because it was such a good series. This is a BL. I loved this series so much. Partway through this though, like, I thought it was gonna end in a way that, like, I hate how things end. What some creators do, like, kind of feels like a bit of a cop-out. and like a situation like that happened like partway through. If you read this, you'll know which part I mean. I don't want to spoil anything, but they didn't, thank God. And yeah, I was very satisfied with the ending of this. I would love it if the creator went back like in the future and did like a series, a continuation of like life after like graduation and when they're like a little bit older, because this does take us up to graduation. Yeah, I love this. I loved the artwork, the humor in it, the faces that were pulled, like the faces that were pulled in this series. I love it, and this is definitely going to be like a reread for me. Then we have a couple of like art book type things. So we have the My Hero Academia, the official easy illustration guide. This came out, so it's just like telling you how to like do the little illustrations. I do like to have these like in my collection of like certain series, so I went ahead and picked that one up. We also have Jujutsu Kaisen, the official anime guide season 1, which this is really nice, like nicely presented. We got little posters in the front as well. So this is the first season and the film as well. So yeah, it's just like a little guide to the anime. I like I say, I like having these like little art books and illustration guides and stuff like that in the collection. I think that they're really interesting to like look at, and you get little remarks as well from like the creator, the manga creator and stuff like that as well. And like you can see how like the studio worked with him and got like his opinions on like certain scenes and stuff like that. And then we have an art book which I forgot to mention in my last haul video, so I'm mentioning it now, and that is the Demon Slayer art book, which is from the anime. So it's nice to like have, like I say, have these big like art books and stuff, and this is like nicely presented as well. So yeah, and it's a good like trim size as well. It's quite big. So that's everything from Viz. And then we have the last stack of new releases from Seven Seas. We have Pulse Volume 5. So this is a heart surgeon and a patient who needs a heart. This is a GL full color webtoon, spicy as well. I think maybe volume 6 is going to be the last volume. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be wrapping up fairly soon. But yeah, so this is a fun read, like I say, based within like a hospital environment. We have Remnants of Fils Volume 2. So this is the novel. If you liked the Husky and his white cat Shelton, this is set in the same universe, same creator. So if you've been enjoying that, then the second volume of this, which I think you'd enjoy as well, is out. We have Yakuza Fiance, Volume 5. I love this series. Kirishima, who is the grandson of a Yakuza family, is an absolute psycho. But yeah, so we get introduced to like a new character in this who's behind like the stuff that's been happening in Osaka. Yeah, I really love this series. I love actually like how much of a psycho Kirishima is and the people around him, even though he is like a massive like red flag. But yeah, loving this series. Then we have volume 3 of Cinderella Closet. I really like this series as well. It's so cute. I don't care about the guy that's in it. I care only for Hikaru and Hikara, however you say the names. But yeah, I am all for these two. I don't care about this guy. I don't care about him. he should not be involved. I just want the other two characters to get together. But yeah, this is a really, really adorable romance, like love triangle situation happening. But yeah, I love this series so much. Then we have I Think I Turned My Childhood Friend Into a Girl Volume 4, another really, really cute series about a guy who loves makeup, like makeup, hair, and dressing like women's clothes, and his friend who dresses up in women's clothes and lets him like do his makeup and everything. It's super cute. Like some of the volumes have been delayed, but they seem to be coming out at a pretty good rate so far. Things are progressing between these two finally. Like we seem to be like finally getting somewhere, and people are being like more honest with their feelings and stuff. So I really enjoy the direction that this series is going. And then we have volume 3 of Sword of the Demon Hunter. This kind of feels like volume 1 and 2 was like the prologue to the story. Now volume 3 we are getting into like the nitty gritty, and like the story is like properly beginning. So we get introduced to the Edo era and life after what happened in the village. So yeah, I'm interested to see where this is going to go. If you are interested in like demons, that sort of thing, then I highly recommend this. The story is really good and interesting so far. Then we have another GL. We have There's No Freaking Way I'll Be Your Lover Unless, volume 3. So this is a delinquent girl and like popular girl, well, quiet girl even. I haven't like caught up on this series yet. This is quite a thick volume as well, but yeah, I've not caught up on this volume yet. But yeah, so if you want another GL that's sort of like that delinquent girl and the quiet girl, then this one may be for you. Then we have Kimono Jhin volume 8. Last month we had volume 7, so it's still coming out very quick. I have been catching up on this series because I've been slacking quite a lot, and I'm really, really enjoying this. If you are interested in like detective like stories with like a fantasy twist, with like these things called kimono who have like different powers and abilities, then this is for you. It's a really fun read, and like I said, I have been enjoying it now. I've been catching up on it, but I'm just not quite at volume 8 just yet. I think I'm on volume 7, so I'm almost there, but I have been enjoying this. Then we have Momo the Blood Taker volume 6. I will say that I did enjoy the first arc of the story with the two-faced vampire more than what I'm enjoying what's happening right now, but it is still early stages. I am still enjoying it anyway. If you want a good vampire story, then I still recommend that you pick this up. It is only going to be 9 volumes, so we're like almost there. And then we have the 7 Seas original webtoon came out as well, which is Korra's Reef. I haven't read the full volume of this yet, but what I have read is super cute. So this is about a water spirit who loves surfing, and she meets a fire spirit who wants to surf. But yeah, it's full colour and it's super cute. So far it's really cute. I think like drama is gonna happen in this though as we sort of like move on, but I was really intrigued to see like how 7 Seas would create their own like original story, but like I say, so far so good. I've been enjoying it, but yeah, like I said, I'm just yet to actually finish the full thing. That's everything as regards to brand new releases. So we're going to move into the things that I picked up just in the month of October. First one we have is Bond of Dreams, A Bond of Love volume 4. This finally came back in stock. I'm still waiting for volume 1 to come back in stock, but it's been out of stock for like what feels like forever, so I'm finally happy to have it in the collection. We also have Midnight Secretary Volume 1 and Volume 2. I've been wanting to pick up this series like for quite a while now, as well as the creators' other series are Spell of Desire. I've heard really good things about this, another vampire story which we love over here, so I'm excited to get into this. We also got In the Clear Moonlit Dusk finally, volumes 1 and 2. I am sad that I didn't pick up more volumes of this yet because I love this series. It's so cute. So this is about a girl who is often mistaken for a prince because she's very handsome and she has that sort of like hero feel about her. She like often gets hit on by like the girls because they mistake her for like, you know, a handsome guy, until one day a guy finally sees her for her and they start to get close. It's so sweet, it's so cute, I love it, and I need the other volumes like now because it's freaking adorable. And then picked up a volume 6 of Beastars. I really enjoyed this series so far. It has now concluded as well, but I'm just trying to pick these up as and when like I can to try and get through it. But yeah, I really enjoyed that series as well. And then for out of print stuff, I picked up volume 10 and 11 of Z. So I'm only missing like a couple more volumes from the series, and then I'll have that finally completed. Desire of Sensibility. We also have honey coloured pancakes. Like the collection of honey in the title is growing. Like there's so many with like honey in the title, like it makes me giggle a little. From Drama Queen we have Cho Lee Mo. Probably butchered that, but sure. Which is another BL. And then from Dew Press we have Hanky Panky, which is just a one shot. And then from June we also have Beyond My Touch and another one that I'm going to butcher the name of, L'étoile Solitaire, as well, which is just another one shot. That's everything that I picked up. Not too many this month, like as regards to like haul. But yeah, that's everything that I picked up in the month of October. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well, and like I say, a lot of like brand new series started this month, and a lot of like really good series as well. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye everyone.